Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another video. This time it is part 2 and the last part of my Collecting Spawn First Appearances series. I last left off several months ago actually with issue 75. So now I'm going to continue onward with some more first appearances of Spawn characters in my collection. Now I don't have them all, okay, but I have a decent amount. So let's get started. We'll start off with this one. Haunt number 1. This is the first appearance of the character Haunt, who had some role in the Spawn universe. You could still, at first print, you can still get this book fairly cheap. Here's another one. This is like a dollar bin book right here. Violator number 1. This is the first appearance of the, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly, the Fabiotic brothers, which the Violator is part of. So it's the first appearances of the characters the Vindicator, the Vandalizer, the Vaporizer, and the Vacillator. Vacillator, rather, excuse me. Like I said earlier, this is like a dollar bin pickup. You could find this, pretty much anywhere, and it's, like I said, $1, very cheap to get all those first appearances. Here's another one. Spawn. Now we're getting to the Spawn title. Spawn 77. This is the first appearance of Spawn in his angel form, and really cool cover too. This is Spawn 99. This is the first appearance of the Heavenly Hosts. Here is Spawn 101. This is the first appearance of Katie and Jake Fitzgerald. Katie they both play a big role later in the series, but they make their first appearance in 101. Here's Spawn 116. This is the first appearance of the new Redeemer. This is Spawn 119, 119. This is the cameo appearance of the Gunslinger Spawn. Here is Spawn 150. This is the Jim Lee variant. There were plenty of variant covers to this book. My favorite is this one, the Jim Lee variant. It is the first appearance of the Disciple and Thamuz, and I believe it is the first appearance of the Man of Miracles. Pretty cool book, loaded with a lot of good things. Here is Spawn 154, which is the first appearance of Zira. I could stack a couple on this thing. Here is Spawn 158. This is the first appearance of Satan, who turned out to be Katie, who made her first appearance in issue 101. Here's a cool cover and a cool first appearance. Spawn 165, the first appearance of the Mandarin Spawn. Let's take these out of here. And here's one of my personal favorites. Spawn 174, the first, I guess, full appearance of the Gunslinger Spawn. Really cool cover. I think anytime you mix a Western in with something, it tends to make things pretty cool, and Spawn is certainly no exception to that. So, pretty cool one. One of my favorites in the entire series. Here's another one with a pretty cool cover. Spawn 179. This is the first appearance of the War Spawn. And the last one for the Spawn series for me, I'm sure there are many other first appearances beyond this point. My collection doesn't go beyond, I think, 200 or whatever. But anyway, this is Spawn 185, the first appearance of Jim Downing, who becomes the new Spawn. Now, there are many variants to this cover. Okay, there's one, the headless variant, and a bunch of others. This is the only one I have right now. But, it's pretty cool. I would like to get one day the other variants, because I really do like Spawn, and I enjoy the artwork on their covers. But anyway, again, This is the first appearance of Jim Downing, who became Spawn for many issues until Al Simmons came back as Spawn. Not done yet, though. The first video I showed off Spawn number 1. I went from 75 to 1. Now let's get into a couple other little ones. Here we have Rocket Ranger number 4. What is the significance of this? Well, there is a Spawn preview, and it's one of these Spawn preview books. Now, does this predate Spawn number 1? I don't think so. I think it came out the same month as Spawn number 1, so it doesn't predate anything, but it's just a nice little thing to think about, a nice little thing to have. But there is a preview in this book, as there is for this one, Rust number 1, and here's the other version of it, the more limited edition version of it, of Rust number 1. Now, I believe this one does predate Spawn number 1. So, there's a lot of different, theories to when Spawn made his first appearance. And I think Rust number 1 is one of them that gets thrown around as his potential first appearance. Here's another preview. This is Crusade of Comics Presents Spawn number 1. Again, I think this originally came with something else like a VHS or whatever it was. I don't know off the top of my head. But this was the little booklet that came with whatever item. And it's, again, one of those supposed previews of Spawn. Probably one that not too many people know about. But then again, though, you take all these previews of Spawn as his true first appearance with a grain of salt. Now, I know this one right here in the last book for this series, Malibu Sun number 13. I know there are a lot of people that know about this book and feel that this is Spawn's true first appearance. Look, I don't know. I don't know if it's his true first appearance. I'm including it in the video because there is a lot of discussion about it. I obviously went out and bought it, but it very well may be. But it is dated May 1992, and so is Spawn number 1. So I don't know how this is his first appearance. Some may argue, well, it actually came out a couple months earlier. Yeah, but did Spawn number 1 come out in May 1992, or did that come out a couple months earlier too? So I don't know. It's up for debate. But like I said, I know a lot of people consider this Spawn's first appearance. Closing, like I said, there are many other first appearances in the Spawn universe that I don't have, that I did not show, and probably a lot that I don't know about. But these are some of the more famous ones, I think. Some of the more popular ones. I have noticed, I'm going to leave on this note, when it comes to CGC and other companies that grade books, I've noticed that they don't really do a very good job when it comes to identifying what's going on in the issue whenever they grade a Spawn book. For example, Spawn 174. Let me get that out again instead of you just hearing me talk without some eye candy. This one, I showed this a few moments ago. The first appearance or the first full appearance or whatever of the Gunslinger Spawn. I've seen many copies of these on the internet. I mean, I don't really see too many of these out in the wild or even at cons because it is kind of hard to find. But I've seen them slabbed, and it doesn't say anything about it. There's no information on it. It doesn't say it's the first appearance or first full appearance of the Gunslinger Spawn. And I've noticed that's the case with many slabs. Whenever Spawn books are slabbed, it doesn't really have a whole lot of information on them. So that's something that I think that maybe CGC and the other grading companies really need to get on the ball with when it comes to when it comes to grading Spawn books, to really identify them, identify the first appearances and some of the major things that go on in the book, because I think it is important to a lot of Spawn collectors out there. That's just my opinion, my little take on it. But I hope you enjoyed part 2. This is the last part. I don't have many other books. Like I said, I don't have books really over 200, except for that number 300 that came out recently, and I made sure I got the swipe of Amazing Spider-Man 300 by McFarlane. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this series. I enjoyed making it, and it was fun talking about Spawn because I don't really see him talked about too much in this community. I'm sure if a successful movie came out, then all of a sudden everyone would be talking about it. But I figured I would just outline some pretty cool books, pretty cool first appearances in the Spawn series. Thank you for watching, everyone, and take care.